It's now time for Me and My Roku with host Peter Clay. Your dreams will be ad-supported.
So I told my guy, Peter,
Pete, you are not.
Welcome once again, everyone, to another rousing edition. Fantastic! This is going to be so much fun. Another edition of Me and My Roku. I'm your host, Peter Clay. Coming here every now and then to tell you what's going on with me and My Roku. Quick recap. Almost 10 years ago, I needed a toy. I needed something to do. It was Black Friday. Looking for a sale, looking for something. And I saw that Rokus were on sale, and I had a gift card. And all I had to pay was shipping to get it there the next day. And my life hasn't been the same since. We became cord cutters, and through the Roku devices, now 3 Roku devices, I can come and podcast and talk about it and enjoy spreading the word. It's a me show, which means I just tell you what I do. I'm not telling you what to watch or anything. It's not about what to watch. It's about how you watch it, and I'm here to spread that word. Coming up today, one subscription service bites the dust just to open the door for another one. Ad-supported video on demand is getting crazier and crazier, and I add another one. And why do I have to keep on authenticating on my Roku 3? So you can see there's plenty to talk about. So let's get started. Okay. Well, it's an exciting time to be in streaming media right now. Whether it's subscription services or ad-supported video on demand, there's so much competition. There's so many of these big players coming in. What does that mean for independent players? It's hard to tell. YouTube is still kicking in there, but all the big boys are coming aboard, and that could be good for consumers. Who knows? A lot of competition out there. Apple, Disney, Sinclair, all the big boys coming in and doing lots of stuff. So it's good for you. And just remember, there's no wrong way to do this. It's just whatever you want to do. That's why I don't tell you what to do. I'm just showing you how, the right tool to use it. I think it's Roku, but Amazon has one. Chromecast is out there for the savvy cord cutters out there. But lots of things going on. So we had Netflix for a while, and we had to let it go. But was cleaning up some stuff, looking at some stuff, and we brought back Amazon Prime Video. Why not? So one goes down, another one comes up. Another cable subscription service, we had Fubo for a week, did the week trial. Once again, here's the thing. I'm not going to come up here and say, you suck! You're the worst ever! No, they're all good. Netflix, no, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just, yeah, your stock's down now and everyone's cutting you, all that stuff. But now Stranger Things is back and they'll be fine and they'll have more stuff coming soon. It's just not for us right now. It's okay. Amazon didn't really want it, but, I had restarted my Fire TV and they gave me a deal on there. So I thought, okay, for 1 month, we'll do that. And then we had Prime Days, and then they gave me another thing for the PBS Living. I talked about that previously. I wanted to check out some cooking shows and stuff like that, and just looked at it. Got it for $1.49 during Prime Days for a month. So what the heck? Probably won't keep it, although it's very good, and the programs are very good. But just, after a while, there's so much Simply Ming you can watch, Anyway, and so, but Fubo, very good. One big problem with football season coming up, there's lots of sports on there, but a lot of other programming, it's a little expensive if you're cord cutting. And so some of the other channels you can get on other things for less, like Sling TV or Philo or something like that. But it was a very good service, never had a buffering problem or anything like that. It's one big flaw with football season coming up is it doesn't have ESPN. I have a love and extreme hate for ESPN. ESPN is a necessary evil. When they do sports, and that's a weird concept these days, but they actually do a sporting event, whether baseball, football, even basketball, or anything like that, they cover it perfectly. But this he said, she said, yes, no, back and forth type of shows, which they do for 12 hours ad nauseum and all that stuff, I can't deal with. But when they actually do sports, and when it comes to college football, they're probably the best at it. And not to have that service and to be at the top end of the range, Fubo, thank you so much for what you did and giving us a week trial. But we're going to move on. We'll try some other things. We'll probably go with PlayStation View. But now here's the other thing. There's a lot of this going on right now. Is a lot of companies are negotiating what prices that they want to have for retransmission rights. So now there's a rumor going around that PlayStation View and the NFL Network aren't seeing eye to eye on things. So we'll just have to watch and see. So if you're thinking about changing services right now, just kind of wait and see. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. But remember, you can cancel and change things anytime you want. There's no penalties for those things. So to recap, Netflix, thank you so much for the 2 months, not consecutively, kind of, that we had you. Amazon, hang tight. We're with you for now, but you never know. PBS Living, thank you so much. We'll see how it goes. Probably not going to keep you for too long, but for $1.49 for 3 months, we might keep you around a little while. We'll see. And then the one subscription that is the greatest value right now that we have is Hulu. We had a gift card on that, and so we got that to the end of September. But for everyone else out there, $6 a month, and for all that you get. And Disney is continually adding on. They just added Lionsgate, it looks like, and FX is going to be adding more stuff. So wow, look out for that. Okay. So if things are getting crazy on the subscription side with all the competition and everyone getting services ready to go just to try and tempt you with whatever they've got, well, how about the ad-supported video on demand, or AVOD? Woohoo, that's getting crazy. Sinclair Group, owners of the app Stir, are patting themselves on the back for 1 million app downloads. Not to be outdone, that Tubi, one of our favorites, has saying that they have 20 million active users. So lots of things going on there. More coming. And not to be left out, Amazon owns IMDB. And that was really kind of hard to get on the Roku. It was easier on the Fire TV because it would have their own little box, their own little section and all. But Amazon Prime has kind of revamped their Roku app, and it looks pretty much like the user interface on the Fire TV. And so you kind of got to scroll. If you don't have Amazon Prime, it's a little hard to find. You got to search your way to find IMDB. Used to be called Free Dive or Free Drive or something like that. But it's just free with IMDB, it says in there, and you can find it if you don't have Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, then it's a little easier. It's in the menu and goes with all the other things that they'll say that you can get with Amazon Prime. So that's another one. And they say that they'll triple their content by the end of the year. So there's Tubi. There's IMDB, which you can get on your Amazon app on the Roku. There's Zumo and Stir. And so I tried Stir again. And I'm not going to say it sucks, it's the worst ever, don't get it. It's just not right for me right now. They say they're going to be doing more content and adding 20 more channels. It's one of those things I'll continue to check up from time to time, but I got so much melting in my brain right now. But it's a good app. It's pretty well done. And if your local area is in there, you can get your local news on there. I guess that's important to some people. But anyway, so Stir, an ad-supported video on demand. It's getting crazy. And keep on trying. Don't forget, on your Roku, the best one out there is the Roku channel, and the featured free on your home menu. Okay, kids, gather around. Uncle Pete's going to tell you a story here. Time to talk about support. Now, I don't want to do things along this. Now, I came across something here, and this is something that I don't want to do, all right? This is on a webpage that I go to from time to time. A disclaimer: to address the growing use of ad blockers, we now use affiliate links to sites like Amazon.com and others. Affiliate links help sites like us stay open, okay? I'm not going to do that. And now maybe I'm missing out on this and missing out on SEO by not doing top 10 lists. But I'm here to do a project from the ground up. And yes, it's up to people like you listening to see how long that goes or anything like that. But I've been doing it for 10 years, and I've been podcasting for 15 or so without all that stuff. So I'll find ways on the back end. Don't worry about that, okay? Things like that, to me, and this is just me, this is like the show, Me and My Roku, that's doing a show for the ads, not doing a show for you, the listener. That's just me, and maybe that's why I'll never be all that and all that stuff, but that's just how I'm comfortable doing it. And like I said, I can find ways on the back end to do it. If you're one of those people that tip everybody and all that stuff, there's a donation link on my main site, radioaffliction.com, and have at it. To me, it's more important that you support the Internet Archive. They provided the bandwidth for ever since I've started podcasting, and they've never asked anything out of me other than to say, can you please help us out from time to time? If you want to check them out, it's at archive.org. Someday I may do a Patreon or something along those lines. And again, the content that I give you, I will just give to you. I see people who do Patreons and say, well, if you do this, and they're only asking for $1 an episode type of thing, but then we'll give you extra things along those lines. I'm not going to do that. I will always give the media for free. It's up to you if you feel like it, or if you want to. If you have excess gift cards or something like that, you want to email me at meandmyrokupodcast@gmail.com. That is totally on you. I would love you forever and all that stuff, but that's not necessary. But if you feel inclined, you may do so. Other than that, please check out archive.org, the Internet Archive. Everything that's been on the internet, they're preserving. It's like the greatest internet library that's out there. Movies, TV shows, podcasts, other audio things, Grateful Dead concerts, anything you can think of. Check it out today at archive.org. Okay. Going back to ad-supported stuff here, I got a couple other things I forgot to mention here. A couple of networks. I think all of them, except for CBS. Obviously, that's a subscription with all access, and we'll look at that again in the fall. But there's 3 other networks that have ad-supported programming that you can get, sometimes a little delayed, but a lot of free stuff on there and a lot of like old-time shows. So ABC, NBC, and the CW all have ad-supported apps, and we carry those too, and depending on the shows that we want to watch. NBC, I've noticed, they don't unlock Days of Our Lives. So if you need a soap fix, you can get that right away. And then everything else is delayed about a day or so on those lines. ABC, still about a week delay on some of their shows and ads, and a lot of them. CW, pretty good along those shows. Good quality, and their shows, if you like the superheroes or Penn and Teller, they're on the CW. So I wanted to add that. I should have added that when I was talking about the ad-supported video on demand. But hey, better late than never. Roku, still dominating the device market. Roku streaming TV platform accounted for more than 30% of U.S. sales of connected TV devices in Q1 2019, further increasing its lead in streaming TV platforms, according to the latest data from Strategy Analytics. The British research firm finds that there are more than 41 million Roku-based devices in use. That's including sticks, the boxes, and TVs, or smart devices. Accounting for 15.2%, they're getting really down to the nitty-gritty on that, 15.2% of all media streaming devices. Roku now has a 36% lead over the next major platform, Sony PlayStation. Oh, sorry, Amazon. They keep putting out numbers saying they're selling a lot of things. So you're going to hear different numbers from different people and different things. But let's just face it, Roku's number one, and they're the best at it. And just the easiest to use. There's really no wrong to say. If you want a cord cut, if you say you're getting a Fire TV, I'm not going to throw red paint on you or anything like that. I just find the Roku just easier to use, especially when I'm having to teach people how to use something. That's just been the easiest device to use. One other thing, had an issue. Remember when I was talking about authentication channels? I think I said it right that time. One of my Rokus, I was having to re-authenticate every time I would go to the Roku, and it was really driving me nuts. And so here's a feature that you can do if you're having problems with your Roku from time to time, and maybe once a year. So remember, one thing I said I do every day is I do an update. Then once a week, I do a restart. Maybe once a year, give yourself a brand new Roku and do a reset. Depending on your Roku, it's usually on the bottom. Sometimes there's a little button you can push, or sometimes you have to get a little sharp thing to stick in the button there. And that resets it to a whole thing. Then you have to go online to Roku and redo it all over again. Reset your device. So you get a fresh install, and then it downloads everything back up for you, everything that's on your account. And so that, for me, that worked. So if you're running into issues, I see that a lot on the Reddit threads. Sometimes you just need to reset and do it all over again. But you can re-authenticate and enjoy all those programs all over again. It's like getting a brand new Roku. All right, that's all I have for you this time. Thank you so much. I did get some emails, too, that I gave my feed out to everybody so they can get things. We're now available on Pocket Casts. So that's another thing that depending on what platform you use for podcasts, we're there for you. Once again, we want to thank archive.org for their support. Please consider supporting them, because we love them, and by we, I mean me. Subscribe to the Me and My Roku podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker. We're suffering a little bit on Spreaker, so if there are any Spreaker heads out there, get going on there. Spotify, TuneIn, and Pocket Casts, YouTube, iHeartMedia, and Daily Motion. Why not? Follow me on Twitter at Radio Affliction, and for questions, comments, donations, email me at meandmyrokupodcast@gmail.com. Everyone, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your Roku as much as I'm enjoying me and my Roku. And just think about it this way. If you're seeing what I do with my Roku, imagine what you can do with yours, okay? We'll see you next time. I'll join back with you real soon.